Breaking news just into the WECT newsroom. A new complaint filed against former Columbus County Sheriff Jody Green, the current Sheriff Bill Rogers, and two workers at the county's detention center. In the complaint, Joshua Johnson, a former inmate of the Columbus County Jail, claims he was assaulted in his jail cell. Johnson says the assault left him with long-term physical and psychological injuries. The assault is the same one mentioned in an amended petition to remove Jody Green from office last year. In the complaint, Johnson says the policies and practices of the Columbus County Detention Center leave inmates at risk of serious harm. This is a developing story. We're working to get more information, and we'll have more when they comes into our newsroom.